to this beat.
Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Every single day, all day, every day. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I want to thank everyone for the love. I want to thank all the new members. I want to thank everyone from the day ones to the newbies today. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. If you want to become a member, just go to my YouTube channel, obviously. Click on join. Follow the instructions. Follow me on Twitter. At Gamecocks Talk. Follow me on Instagram at Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. And follow me wherever you get your podcasts. Wherever you get your podcasts, you can find your man, Captain Will. We got to go with today, y'all. And now that Ayla Mcdowell has committed to the South Carolina Gamecocks, you didn't know that Ayla Mcdowell has committed to the South Carolina Gamecocks? 5-star recruit, number 20th in the country from Texas, has committed to the South Carolina Gamecocks. If you didn't know, you need to watch the video I did earlier today. Ayla Mcdowell is a Gamecock. Yeah, she announced it today on Instagram. She is 6'2". She is the real deal. She's going to be a member of the South Carolina Gamecock women's basketball team, the three-time national champions. So happy day for Gamecocks. Happy day for women's basketball. Happy day for Dawn Staley and the future of this basketball team. The first commitment to South Carolina women's basketball for the class of 2025. I mentioned before that this was I felt that this was the definite. This was the definite. I had feeling, let's say it like that. I had feelings that Ayla Mcdowell was going to be a Gamecock. And I said it for a while that she is going to commit to South Carolina. So I mentioned before that there was a possible, a lot of us on here play spades or have seen spades play before in your presence. And I mentioned they had a possible commitment by the South Carolina Gamecocks. And I can't wait to see what happens. Can't wait to see what happens with this recruiting stuff. If we're going to talk about the recruiting in this spectrum for the 2025 class, we have to talk about who's next. Who's the next commitment or commitments to this class? Ayla Mcdowell is the first. But ladies and gentlemen, she won't be the only one. She's not the only one that's going to commit to this class on this 2025 cycle. No, she won't. We still got some 5 or 6 key targets that are out there. And I was distraught with Lauren Jacobs going to Ole Miss. I'm not going to front. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and say I was not. Hometown girl decided to go Ole Miss. She followed the path that's for her. And she would have been a really nice combo guard for this basketball team. But she went to Ole Miss. I wish her all the well, and I'll be following her. She's a hometown girl. Her story isn't finished yet. Her story is just getting started. Who knows what's going to happen in the future for Lauren Jacobs? I'm not going to front again. I wanted Jailya Davis. I've been talking about Jailya Davis for 6, 8, 7 months long time, and I wanted her on this basketball team. When that fell through with Jazzy, moved on and start, casting a wider net, and we cast that net because there's a big need for a small forward times 2 on this basketball team. One has committed. Jailya McDowell has committed. I want another one. I want 2 wing players. I want 2 players, 6'2", 6'1", to run the big guard wing position for South Carolina. I want a player who can defend. I want a player who can handle the ball. I want a player who can handle the defensive schemes for South Carolina. I believe that it is not over, and I believe that there is a possibility, strong possibility, that a player like Agot Makeer or a player like Kaelyn Carroll will be a Gamecock. I believe that. Agot Makeer currently number 4 in the country. Last official visit is going down tomorrow at the University of Connecticut. Last one. And she will be making her commitment announcement eventually. Don't know when, but let's see how this commitment, this recruiting visit goes. Then hopefully a few days later, she will say, okay, let's cut it all out. I'm done. Yo, I'm gonna set my commitment date on this day. I think Carolina has a high chance of getting her. I'm not a fan of UConn getting the last visit. Never a fan of another team getting the last visit. I would have liked for her to cancel the visit to UConn and just say, hey, I'm going to be a Gamecock. That's what I would have liked, much like Ayla Mcdowell did. Okay? Agot Makeer doesn't have a favorite. She ain't got a favorite. At least it hasn't been told to me or texted to me or saying something to me. I don't know what's her favorite. I know that she will fill a role for the South Carolina Gamecocks. Bree Hall, small forward, big guard, however you want to say it, wing player. Sania Hall, y'all remember Sania Hall? Ooh, had a fraudulent slip right there. Sania Hall is the number 1 ranked player in the future. Okay, we ain't gonna talk about Sania Hall. That's another show. That's another show. Okay, but I would love to have Sania Hall in the future. We'll talk about her later. Sania Ja left and went to Arizona, transferred out. Hopefully she does well. She does well and do the thing and achieve her goals. Oh, that's for her. Okay. So to me, that you're talking about two small forward wing type players to fill on this roster. This is why Ayla McDowell is a Gamecock. This is why I believe Agot Makeer or Kaelyn Carroll will be a Gamecock. I do. Now, there's some other players. You got Jada Seville, you got Jailya Davis, you got other players who could also play that role of being a wing player for South Carolina. And I think this what we're seeing now more is the trickle down effect. We see it in trickle down effect for these top players. They will be making their decisions soon. And a lot of the top players have already made their decisions. It's no secret that we're still chasing, Aaliyah Chavez. It's no secret about that. She was just on a visit to Oklahoma. And from what I've heard, went very well. And I think it was Jailya Davis who was also on the recruiting trail with her. Jailya Davis or Seville. I can't remember which one was with her. I'm gonna go with one of the, let's say another top recruit was there with her. And Aaliyah Chavez, from what I'm hearing, is favoring Oklahoma. And NIL is paying a very important decision or is a decision maker for her in terms of what school she chooses. If she go to Oklahoma, okay. She goes to Oklahoma. We end up playing her. We playing Oklahoma this season. Carolina's not afraid of playing Oklahoma. That's not Leah Chavez. Nobody's ain't shying away from Leah Chavez. I felt that Jailya Davis was the #1 player in the country. Anyway, and then I felt number 2 was Sienna Betts. Anyway, and then you got Leah Chavez in my mind. Okay, I believe that Jazzy can do more offensively and defensively, but that's another statement because they ain't coming here, so I don't care. I can care less. Care less about what Jazzy ends up being or Sienna ends up being. Leah Chavez, I don't believe she's gonna be a Gamecock. I don't see it, but Carolina's still top 4, top 5. You know, I think the focus is on who's next is at the small forward position. I would say this. Don't make no mistake about it. If Leah Chavez actually decided to be a Gamecock, I mean, I would come on here and do a shot or two. Not saying I won't. I ain't saying that at all. She rated as #1 player in the country, and she would play, a 2-guard role for this Gamecock team. Backcourt with a talking about Maddy and Fulwiley and Leah Chavez would be great. Would be amazing. Would be simple. It'd be super unbelievable. Must see TV. But she ain't come in. She ain't come in. I'm talking about I want the future. I want to keep it, level-headed. I want to keep everything in context. Our focus should be on the Agot Makeer. Our focus should be on Kaelyn Carroll. That should be our immediate focus. Those 2 players, I believe, have a very good shot of being a Gamecock. That's our focus. And we get one of those 2 players, Agot Makeer ranked number 4, and Kaelyn Carroll ranked number 18th, 19th in the country. Those are foundational pieces to continue this championship run that we are on. Ayla Mcdowell is a future star with South Carolina. She said all the right things about why she committed, the coaching staff, the players, academics, all these wonderful things that she said. And know what she said too? Talk about that natty. She wants to get a national championship. Some players want to get a national championship, but they also want to get that NIL bag. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. If that's what you're choosing, it's cool. It's cool. It's not, ain't no shame. Ain't no shame. No shame whatsoever. But we just gotta keep things in context. Because I'm sure that she could have gotten, and I say she, I'm talking about Ayla Mcdowell, could have gotten a bigger bag somewhere else, could have went somewhere and got promised something else. But she is a Gamecock, and I can't wait for her to sign the dotted line with a pen in the pad saying she's officially a Gamecock. I can't wait to see it. It's just so amazing. I'm actually pulling up the ESPN rankings right now in terms of girls basketball, and let's see what some of these ladies have committed to and who we actually tracking in terms of Gamecocks. Like I said before, Leah Chavez currently, and this is coming from ESPN, currently ranked number 1. Agot Makeer currently number 4. Grace Knox, not much traction with University of South Carolina. Tessa Johnson, she's no longer on the tracker in that regard. I believe she's going to go to LSU. Nania Prawl is a player who I would love. She's 6'1", wing player. It's not a huge now that Ayla McDowell is in the fold. It's not like a huge need for a wing player. We won the championship without, Sania Ja. Her number, I think, is a luxury to get to wing players in this recruiting cycle. But if we don't get 2 wing players in this recruiting cycle, we could obviously get another player in the transfer portal. But I would love for it to be a homegrown 5-star top 20 recruit to go and build accordingly. That's what I would want. Real talk. That's what I would want. And like I mentioned, Jailya Davis, she's currently 15th. Still, she's 6'2" as well. Kaelyn Carroll is ranked number 18. I love her shot. I love her playmaking. She's a really good player. The Pride of Massachusetts is a really good player who would look great in a Gamecock uniform. We didn't offer her until August. So that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. And I was talking about the trickle-down effect in terms of players choosing this school and then this school. And okay, this school got this player, so I'm gonna scratch that name off the list because I'm not gonna feel that need or that want that I envision, you know. So okay, I'm gonna check out this school. So I think that in the small forward position, I think those things are gonna happen. I really do. I think with Ayla McDowell coming into the Gamecocks and possibly with Agot Makeer going to UConn, and I think that's big. I really think this visit is big for the Nia Prawls and the Jailya Davises and Kaelyn Carrolls. I think it's big for all those players because I think it's going to follow suit. I do. I think that once Agot Makeer chooses her commitment date and says, okay, these 3 schools are where I'm going to go to. These are the 3 schools that I'm going to choose from, which could easily be South Carolina, UConn, and I'll leave a third one out. Leave a third one out. And then once that happens, then you'll see a Kaelyn Carroll. If it's yay or nay, it's coming to South Carolina, then you see a Kaelyn Carroll. Then you see a Jailya Davis. Then you see a Nia Prawl, all these different players making their decisions. I think everything works in order. I am not sure what some players are waiting on. I'm not sure. I believe that you got early signing period coming up in November. You know, early November. It's October 24th. Things going to start happening. Things are going to start popping. Things are going to be moving, and we have to get ready for it. And I think it's going to be fast. I really do. I think it's going to be a whirlwind to the finish line for these top level recruits. It's going to happen soon. And I believe that next week we might be saying the same thing in regards to we have a commitment to South Carolina. I hope it's next week. I hope it happens that soon. And then after another wing player commits, then we can focus on replacing a player like te-hina Pow in the roster spot, because it's going to be, you know, I can say this now. Okay. There's going to be a player or two that's going to want to come to South Carolina who can shoot the 3 ball next year. There's going to be a veteran, really good player who wants to come to South Carolina next year, who's going to enter the transfer portal. It's going to happen. And I'm want, because in my mind, the projected starting lineup will be Raven this next year. Raven, Fulwiley, Tessa, Chloe, and Adhel. Or Joyce. Or Watkins. I don't know who. It's too early to talk about that, right? I have no idea. A lot of things happen. But the trickle-down effect with that is Pow will be gone. So somebody going to get some minutes next year in that guard rotation. Okay? I would love for a player from a Power 5 school to come in and shoot the lights out. I would. It worked for Pow. It did. I would love for that to happen. But here's the key. Here's a scenario. What if Raven leaves and goes to the WNBA? She's currently ranked 10th in the mock draft. What if she goes? Do we change course and we say, okay, Maddy has the keys to the kingdom. She's going to be the point guard of the future. And then we get a veteran point guard to back her up. There's potential. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of stuff that can happen with this basketball team over the next 12 months. But as of today, who's next? Ayla Mcdowell's here. She's going to commit, and she has committed, and she's going to sign the line next month. Who's next? Might be somebody who already been here on a visit. Who's next might be somebody who's going to the official visit somewhere else over the weekend. We will see. We will see. This concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go.